Hello everyone, welcome to the lecture of Quality and Reliability Engineering. I am Milan Trivedi, Assistant Professor at LG Institute of Engineering and Technology. So in the last class we had already started with the chapter number 1, that is Introduction to the Quality. In the earlier class we had understand the different definitions of quality which has been given by the different quality gurus, and in general we had understand the concept of quality and why we need to understand the quality word. Now in today's class we are going to start with the first topic, that is dimension of quality. First of all, let us understand what is dimension, right? If you want to just define any of the products, say for example the mobile phone which I am handling right now, then the specification of the phone may be given in the form of dimensions, that what is the length, width, thickness of this particular mobile device, right? So that is nothing but it is a dimension. In the similar way, if we want to define the quality, that the quality is good, quality is bad, that kind of generalization if you want to achieve, then we need to give the dimension of the quality, right? Under this dimensions, 8 different specifications are normally being considered just to have a understanding that quality is good or bad. So first of all, the first dimension we need to have is performance, that how does that your product perform, right? If it is performing beyond your expectation or less than your expectation, so that is the first dimension to measure the quality. The second dimension is aesthetics, that matters a lot nowadays coming to this industry 4.0 time. See, in the earlier days, whenever there was limitation to the manufacturing processes part, during that time, whatever the product is being manufactured in the market was used by the customer. But the now scenario has been totally changed, right? Customer wants specific product and they look toward the particular build quality and how does that product look. So aesthetics matters a lot. So second criteria of the quality is how does that particular product looks or aesthetics. The third one is the special features, right? Beyond your expectation, you are getting something or not. Say for example, mobile device earlier days it was just used for the calling and message purpose, right? But nowadays more of the people are looking on other features as well, that how is the camera quality, how is the music system. So that is nothing but it is a special features, right? That was not for the reason the mobile phones were actually developed, right? But these are the special features. Then safety, that is a primary concern nowadays, that how much safe does your product is, and that becomes the prime concern whenever you are dealing with some of the bulky objects or critical objects which is being used in the industry. Say for example boiler if you are using, and the safety is actually the prime most factor in the case of quality. Then reliability, that how much reliable your product is, right? If you are charging your phone and the charger should not burst, right? So how much reliable your product is. Next one is durability, that how long does your product will survive, right? So for that reason normally the product is been coming with warranty also, right? They give you normally this 2 years 5 years warranty just to show the durability, that this product is having a minimum this number of life cycle. Then conformance is nothing but we are saying this, then we are going to deliver this, that is something but it is conformance. For that reason they are having the warranty also, right? We not only give guarantee but they are also giving warranty, that is nothing but it is an indication of conformance. And lastly, service after sales, right? Again that should be also good. So if all these 8 different dimensions are proper, we can say the quality of product is good. Quality is being judged by these 8 different dimensions. Again, performance, aesthetics, spatial features, safety, reliability, durability, conformance, and service after sales. These are the parameters you need to look after for the dimension. See, for example, if you need to purchase any car, we are going to look towards all these features. If you need to purchase any mobile device, you are going to look towards this all different features. And if it has been satisfied under all these categories, then only we are judging that the quality of product is good. Now next topic we need to understand is a quality inspection. Normally for any product we are having these 3 stages of quality inspection. The first one is a pre-production inspection, Next one is the inline inspection, and third one is a final inspection. Pre-production inspection means if you need to produce something, for that some raw materials you require. If you are examining that raw material, that is nothing but it is a pre-production inspection. Now during the production time, if you are inspecting, then it is a inline inspection. And once this particular final product has been manufactured, then you are doing the inspection, then it is nothing but it is a final inspection. So incoming quality control is a quality control to the incoming material, that is nothing but it is a pre-production. Then during the process part, you are doing quality check, then it is inline. And once the final product inspection, before the product is being stocked, means it is being kept under the inventory part or at the particular storage area. During that time, if you are checking the quality, then it is nothing but it is a final inspection. Now let us understand the word quality control. Quality control is actually if any single defect may result in economic loss. So pre-planning of the quality is must, right? If you are doing the quality check once the product is being manufactured, then it is of no sense, right? So the proper planning of the responsibilities, if it is been given that you need to be careful about the quality, then only the quality can be improved, right? So that is nothing but it is a quality control. Just to have a quality control, we are having this kind of scale also, that quality is rejectable, poor, good, very good, or it is excellent condition. But in order to have this quality control, first of all we need to establish steps to improve quality. Just write down these different steps. Establish the quality benchmarks, that this quality we need to achieve. Then check product and service quality. We need to have some testing parameters. Then we need to analyze the variation between the controls and the actual, right? Then check the variance statistical limits. We are having certain numericals also. By solving that, you can get some statistic approach of that also. For that, you can even take the corrective action if the quality is not as per your requirement, right? So these are the things which are coming under the quality control part. Another one is a quality assurance. The task performer should be responsible for the quality as well. Say for example, if I am involving in the just assembly of the two different parts, then the person who is actually doing that single task also must be aware about the quality. So that is something but it is a quality assurance. If each and every individual is being attached into this particular quality, the naturally the entire quality can be improved. So the prime agent of the quality assurance is to have a stable and competitive product which can have proper safety. It can give a new view on your project. It can increase the reputation. It meets the client or customer demand, and ultimately it can save money and time. But this two terminology which we had understood, that is quality assurance and the quality control. These are the two different terms. Quality assurance actually focus on the preventing defects, whereas the quality control focus on identifying the defect, right? So if in any of the industry if we are working, we are having this two department, QA and QC, then the role under this two will be totally different. QA is actually, assurance is actually process oriented, whereas quality control is product oriented. Quality assurance department focuses on the defect prevention, whereas quality control focuses on the defect identification. Quality assurance is actually proactive approach, whereas control is about the reactive approach, right? Once the defect has been identified, what we need to do, that has been decided under this quality control part. Quality assurance is actually a managerial tool. Quality control is a corrective tool. This last is most important, that quality assurance is everyone's responsibility. Whosoever is doing the task, right? That task performer would be responsible for the quality. So that is nothing but it is a quality assurance. Yes, for the quality control approach, we are having a specific team to look after the quality. The next one is a quality management. Now quality management, we are having this 8 different principles. The first one is a customer focus. The quality should be such, keeping the customer at the focus part. What is the desirable requirement of the customer? Looking to that, the product should be manufactured. The second one is leadership. Third one is the engagement of the people whosoever they are involved in the production of that particular product would be responsible. So overall engagement of people is required. Fourth one, that is a process approach. Fifth, that is continuous improvement. Sixth, evidence based approach, means based on your past result you may have some changes. So that is nothing but it is an evidence based approach. Next one is a relationship management, because entire team would be involved for the quality. So these are the different principles which have been kept in a mind, 7 principles of quality management. Now quality as a winning strategy, if you apply quality in any of the organization, it may result into a winning strategy. But for that, the first thing required is the involvement of board means the all the persons which is involved in the production part, maybe a production people, research people, marketing, sales, supply chain management people, HR, administration, all the peoples are being involved, then the quality can be achieved. The second concept says that create a mindset of quality throughout your organization, and this mindset can be prepared only with the help of communication, by training them and providing incentives for the better quality, right? And the last one, that is plan quality as a continuous process, right? We should not have a such goal that once this quality has been achieved then it's okay. We need to go for the continuous improvement, and that scope is always there, right? Then and then only you can have a sustainable quality. Now let me just summarize this entire session with the help of one case study. Say for example, there are two persons, one is Anil and one is Mukesh, right? Anil is always late for the office, whereas Mukesh always reaches on time. So if this particular Anil need to have a quality of this, what are the different changes are required, that we need to understand, right? This is very interesting topic. If Anil asks about Mukesh that how you plan your activities, then he will come to know that he is not waking up early, he is taking more time in just preparing this kind of things, right? If the traveling path is not proper, the traveling way is not proper, this all judgment will come when you compare these two different scenarios, right? This is just for your better understanding. So see, in a similar way, if you want to have a better quality, you need to go through this kind of analysis. One more case study if we take, there is one unfit guy which is named as Anil, and one guy is fit, that is named as Mukesh, right? If Anil need to have a fitness like Mukesh, what he need to understand that which are the different activities, physical activities which is done by the Mukesh. So he come to know that he is doing jogging, he is doing wrestling, he is doing this cardio exercises regularly, then only he is actually achieving the fitness. So again, if you need to have the quality which you desire, then you need to have proper analysis. Just need to write the point wise description that these are the tasks which is to be performed. So that is nothing but it is a control part, which we are calling it as a quality control. So that's it about the today's lecture. Thanks.